I'm Umberto. Welcome to MyMamasItalianKitchen.com. This is our inaugural video post, so I'm really excited here to have my best friend Ron. What we're making for you tonight is spiedini, and that's a Sicilian stuffed meatloaf. They're very delicious, but they're very easy to make. It depends on how many you make. At Christmas we make hundreds of them because they freeze really well, and you can pull out a tray with unexpected guests come over. But tonight we're going to show you how to make them with some very simple ingredients. For the meat, we're using bottom round roast, which I've had the butcher slice on a deli slicer and had him slice it about the same thickness as you would for deli meat. So 1.5 pounds of meat, it's going to render about 15 spiedini. We have Italian flat leaf parsley, we have a medium yellow onion, some fresh grated Parmesan cheese, some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, Italian style diced tomatoes, and some extra virgin olive oil. Really not a whole lot of preparation in advance. I mean, the only thing we really need to do is caramelize some onions and chop up some parsley, and then the rest of it is really a simple assembly line. And since they're going to be caramelized, they don't have to be, perfect little dices, but just nice small pieces that we can soften and caramelize. So over about a medium to medium-high heat, we're gonna saute these onions, get them a little caramelized, let them get a little golden brown. Once they get a little softened up like this, a little translucent, we're gonna go ahead and just put a little salt and pepper. Doesn't have to be much, just something to give them a little flavor. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Italian flat leaf parsley. You could use regular parsley, but I tend to like, I think Italian flat leaf has a little more flavor to it, and we want these to be full of flavor. So take them and you just kind of roll them a little into what they call a chiffonade. It doesn't have to be too fine, a little finer than a rough chop, but it doesn't have to be, minuscule. And if you want to put some fresh basil in there, you can put a little fresh basil in there as well. Okay, now we're ready to assemble the spiedini. One of the great things my mom taught me about these is to do it like an assembly line, instead of doing it one at a time. It's a fast way to do a lot of them, because like I said, we cook a couple hundred of these at the holidays. Yeah, so when you're doing your assembly line, you could have one of the family members or one of your friends lay out the meat for you, and then everyone take a turn. You can go behind each other and start adding all the ingredients. Makes it a lot easier. You can really knock these out fast. Okay. First thing you're going to do, just dip your hands in some olive oil. We're going to just glisten them, just get them a little wet. This helps make them moist. Now I'm using a bottom round roast here, so it has some marbling in it, so they should be nice and not only tender and flavorful, but they should be moist. Okay, the next thing we're going to add is some breadcrumbs, some seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. What you're going to want to do is put the breadcrumbs towards the one edge of the meat roll. That when you roll it up, you don't have to move all the ingredients around. They're all there at the end for you. On top of the breadcrumbs, you can add like a few pieces of diced tomato. And it's important not only to get the tomato there, but also get some of the juice. Then you're going to follow behind with the onions. A little spoonful of onions. I'm putting about a half a teaspoon maybe. And we're going to follow with some more Parmesan. Just put a little pile of Parmesan right on top of the onion. You notice we haven't used a lot of salt in the dish, so the cheese will be salty enough. And follow with some fresh herbs. Okay. Now we're actually ready to roll the spiedini. Okay, first take two sides, the two long sides like this, and fold them over, kind of like it's a little burrito. Kind of move everything to the front. and then just roll it towards the tail. Just like that. Two sides to the middle. Okay, after you've got all the spadini rolled, then you're just going to dab them with a little extra virgin olive oil. Just get them coated and roll them in some seasoned breadcrumbs. And you're going to put them on a tray that you can put under the broiler. So I like having one wet hand and a dry hand, kind of like when you're making fried chicken, you're using a batter or something. Keep one hand for the wet and one hand for the dry. Make sure you get the ends too. Okay, here we have them. They're ready to go in the broiler for about 15-20 minutes, but you've got to keep an eye on them. In the meantime, I'll do a little cleanup. Perfect. Great thing about these is you could serve them as a main course, or you could use them as appetizers. You can cut them into like 2 or 3 little pieces, put a toothpick in them, and serve them as an appetizer.
Cheers.
From my mama's Italian kitchen to you. Enjoy.